Well, a very good evening on the 17th day of May, 23. No, I'm not cold. It's just that I put the fire on because it's raining, and it also needs to keep the lum heated up during every so often, just to keep the chimney dry, because if it's damp, then if you light it in the autumn, you have a house full of smoke. And after cleaning my rugs and stuff, well, I've had a busy few days, and it's just nice to relax with a very strong cup of tea. Not tonic tea, but just normal strong tea. Yeah, it's 17th of May. I think it was only about 4 weeks ago I mentioned that well, it's only a couple of months till the summer solstice. Well, oh, it's only 4 weeks away now, really. 4 weeks past the weekend, it'll be the longest day of the year. And then retreat back to the light will start to fade. We've hardly had any light this spring or early summer. Not at all. But there's a whole change in the sky anyway comes about in the early part of next week. We'll have a switch from Taurus into Gemini. As the new moon lands, well, it'll land in Taurus actually. It'll be the second new moon in that star sign this period. So that's the new moon on the 19th of May. And we've had Mercury retrograde, which ended just there on the 14th of May. So things are starting to settle down ever so slowly. Communications are still a little haywire, but not quite as bad as they were. I think speaking to people, a lot of people were impacted by that Mercury retrograde. It was quite manic, to be honest, for a lot of folk. As you know from this upload, I'm currently putting on computer just now onto an edit. I'll try and load that this evening, but following on from that visit to that vintage nursery, it certainly brought back a lot of memories, and just picturing the whole place as it was just it was very quite a moment. And it makes me think to myself, I just wonder if I had taken on, if things had turned out that way, I wonder how life would have been. You just don't know these things, do you? It's a life we choose, and it's a life that circumstances push us this way and that way. And wherever you find yourself at this very moment in time, that's what life has done to you, and also for many of your own choices. Because as I said before, you're given free will to make those choices. It's part of your journey. But a lot of the choices are sometimes forced upon you. And that is the bit we have no control over. What is coming towards us, always. But in my nostalgia, I was looking through a chest. That was my trunk, and I had a look, and I thought, I wonder if my viewers would like to see my little friend that I used to play with when I was a young person. This is he was a cartoon character apparently. His name was Topajiji. He used to squeak, but I think some low vibrational in my house one time stuck a pin or something in him. He doesn't squeak anymore. But I've never left him from my side. He's always with me in the box somewhere around. My mummy says that when I was a child, that everywhere I went, he was with me. Everywhere. So I wonder if this is where I started speaking to this chap here, and I wonder if at any time he spoke back. I just don't know. But he does look like a sort of fairy, doesn't he? Sort of Walt Disney type imaginative thing. I don't know, but he's lovely. He's a very strange character, I think, but perhaps that's rubbed off on me over the years. Yes. Oh, he's awful sad tonight. Another thing I found when I was in the trunk, amongst many things actually, well, I was very pleased, but I found my Cub Scout manual when I used to be in the Cub Scouts, which is a wonderful thing for any young boy. I was all very proud, dressed up on the Thursday evening to go to Scouts, Cub Scouts, and then on the Friday evenings go to the Eric Little Club. But I found this autograph that I've been talking about in an early vlog. This chap, Willie Milne. Can you see his signature? That's from 1972, I think it is. I put that on at a later date. I'll probably put that on about 1988. I think I wrote that on it. It's a silly thing to do. But I put Crieff golfer. Maybe it was in case somebody found it. Well, who's this Willie Milne chap? But can you see it in this light? You can't probably see it. Anyway, this is a guy who was a professional golfer, and I was caddying as a 9-year-old or something, 8 or 9-year-old I think it was, and carted these great big clubs all the way around 18-hole golf course, Crieff Golf Club, and I'd already calculated he was going to give me maximum £15, perhaps £10, or even £5, which is a lot of money in 1972. I really did think he was going to give me a huge amount of money. And he said, "Thank you very much," and he handed me 50p. I never forgot that in my whole entire life. It struck a bad thing with me. I never really trusted anyone after that, but, well, I always trust people, but guaranteed people will always let you down. Yes, even those that you think won't will still let you down. But another thing I found, and I've kept all these years, is my little leather school bag from primary school. It's a little leather satchel, which, well, it used to, move that out of the way, Andrew, please. It used to go on my shoulders. See the two straps? I did for a one time when I was in high school, just when I was a 15-year-old twat. I wore it to school just for a bit of a, well, when my ego was, youthful ego, when you want to impress everybody. But when you look back, you think, what a idiotic thing to do. But these little stickers that are on here was probably the last time I was interested in football. Was about 7-year-old, and these stickers were something you got, and you could put them on your jotters, which people did or wrote on them. Especially in high school, people wrote all their jotters in the front covers and stuff. But not so much in primary school. But these stickers, I decided to put them on my satchel. I had a collection, and it reminded me of. I was talking about Aero being costing 3p. Well, remember, everybody used to buy these little square packs. You got, I think it was 5 cards inside of up-to-date football players, and the idea was you would get the whole collection of 11 from each team, sort of thing, you know. So there were 2 pence each, and the only contribution you got once you unpeeled the thing was you pulled out the cards and found there were sorts of nobodies from, from Adrionians or Queen's Park or something like that, and Queen of the South, I should say. And I mean, what would happen is you get a little bit chewing gum inside. As I always remember, it was the worst tasting chewing gum I ever put in my mouth. But we still bought them, 2 pence a time. And yeah, that satchel was a great thing. I can always remember it got heavier and heavier as I got older, because you seemed to get more and more homework, so it became almost hanging down my shoulders. I remember I had a little light parka jacket in the wintertime with a furry kind of hood at the front, and this was always dangling right down my back. And I would tramp around up in the snow and ice and stuff, and stop and gaze at things in the street and roll a snowball or something. I never threw snowballs at people. I didn't really like doing that. I just like to watch things and remember everything. And so then when I was at that nursery place today, it certainly rekindled quite a lot of memories, including what I was doing thereafter. But I don't want to sound too nostalgic. Everybody can be nostalgic if they want to be, can't they? But anyway, I was sitting here because I thought, well, I'll pop the fire on for what I've explained. Also gives a little bit of heat to take any damp residue that possibly could still be contained in the carpet materials. I don't think there's any. Yesterday particularly was very, very hot. Got everything dried off, including the secondary rug as well. But I just thought it's nice and cosy just to sit and relax and enjoy an evening just in one's own company. How's my, I was trying to see if my load is ready. Yes, I'm wondering if this secondary load is ready to go. Bear with me, please. Yes, well, that one's now onto YouTube. But now let's have a little gaze out the window as well, and it is particularly damp and miserable this evening, and just not very nice. And I felt sorry for. I've been thinking about those who've maybe taken the time to get the tent and the camping gear out, and think, well, the weather looks quite settled, and the forecast said it's going to be quite settled, and even a little bit cloud. But anyway, there's nothing worse than setting up tent and finding it's drizzly and nothing to do. It's sit inside the tent when it's bright light outside. It's raining out. It's utterly miserable, actually. But what can you do? What can you do? So I'm just keeping myself extremely busy just now. It's not easy I still suffer from my moments of fatigue and stuff, but it's you've got to continue to do what you've got to do in this world. You can't just sit down and expect it all just to fall into place on its own. You've got to, keep on top of things. I mean, I've completely done this whole house. It's cleaned. It is absolutely spotless, this property. I've OCD'd the whole sitting room as well as the kitchen, the bathroom and the bedroom. So I'm quite pleased, and that's why I've moved outside, because I've got a lot of the landscaping I want to get on with now. And keep on top of all the normal duties which I have to undertake on a day-to-day and weekly basis, you see. I have no interest in any travel at the moment, not even a journey to Aberfeldy excites me at the moment. I'm just not too fussy for that just now. I'm quite content getting on with things, and I'm quite sure that once I've got everything done I want to do, then I'll be back to some recreation. I know it's not very good viewing if I can't bring you to the mountains or the far wide spaces or the lochs and glens that maybe you've been used to on the channel, but remember I have posted over 500 videos with a very wide range of subjects, and they cover a lot of interesting topics, and there's a lot of humour and a lot of travel involved there. If you search back, you'll find plenty to entertain yourself with, I'm quite sure. But for the moment I'm just enjoying this Wednesday evening. I should have put some classical music on. I missed the classical episode this afternoon. Thank goodness it's repeated on Sunday. Mind you, I do have access to what you call iPlayer, and I suppose you could iPlayer. I don't know if we decided that they should call it iPlayer. I much prefer to call it knee player or something like that, or elbow player. So, anyway, that's the Top of Gigi. I've never seen the cartoon Top of Gigi, but anyway, my mum says that wherever Andrew was, this little chap was getting dragged along with him. But I must have been very young, because I can't really remember too much about the history of this chap when I was a very young boy. He seemed to be with me all the time, according to Mum. At least he's kept his colour in him. I'm not doing him much service here with showing him at the wrong angle all the time, but he's quite cheerful, you see. He's got a not bad smile on him. Yeah, I've done a lot of stuff lately, but I think yeah, Mr. Snowman. It's wonderful to rest, isn't it? After a hectic couple of days or more. It's nice.